Chandrashekar, the correspondent, is currently with the new Nasscom president, R Chandrashekar. Let's cut across live and hear them out.
It's going to be a dramatic increase, but certainly the outlook is positive and people view the future with a lot of optimism.
So can we expect an upward revision of the 12 to 14% that you projected last year?
Well, as far as this current year is concerned, we are already into the last quarter. And at this stage, we don't see any need to alter that projection. It's almost definite that it is still going to be very much within that band, and more or less somewhere close to the middle of that band. And we will be making our projections and prognosis for the next year in February.
Right. And the outlook that you mentioned, you said the direction of change is more or less up. Is this, across the sector, or again, are we going to see the differentiation that we saw in the last few years where some companies are performing better than the rest?
Well, I think that is always going to be the case, that while the direction of change overall is positive, there may be some who will be more positive than others and some who may be less positive. And in some extreme cases, there may be some for whom the direction of change may actually be in a different direction. What we are talking about is the overall trend. Ultimately, that's what business is about, that within this overall trend, how well people are able to position themselves.
And as Nasscom president, what are the 2 or 3 areas that you will be focused on in your tenure?
3 big areas. One is on accelerating the growth of this whole ecosystem of startups, entrepreneurs, product companies, which is at a truly exciting stage. It has gone beyond the takeoff stage and now it is poised for a much higher rate of growth. The second is, how do we actually enhance our footprint in the transformational agenda of companies and economies globally, and make ourselves even more relevant to them and become a partner in that, rather than just an agency or a vendor. The third is, how do we actually make a much greater impact in the domestic segment across different sectors, particularly those sectors which have a huge implication for people and which impacts a very large number of people. So how do we make an impact, and how can technology be leveraged better and faster than it is at the moment?
I think one thing that everybody wants to know about is the US immigration bill. The last few months, the threat seems to have receded. There's not much of talk going on, but now it's expected to come up again. Is it still a very serious threat or overhang for the industry?
I wouldn't say that the threat has receded. Maybe it has moved back from the front burner because of other reasons. There were other, issues relating to the budget and so on, which took the front place. But this would, I'm sure, get attention at some point in time once the other issues are addressed. But we believe that we have been able to convey the concerns, not just concerns about the Indian industry, but much more about the concerns that this would have an adverse impact both on the American economy, American companies and competitiveness of American companies, as well as on the Indian industry itself.
Right.